Hey everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon White! I think I've finally found a setup that may or may not work, so here's hoping it actually does. For those just joining, this is just going to be a regular playthrough, but I will try to make an attempt to go out of my way to talk about the more competitive nature of Pokemon, as well as items and stuff like that that can be really helpful. Put that out of the way. Let's get started. Hi there! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Juniper. Everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. That's right. This world is widely inhabited by mysterious creatures called Pokemon. Pokemon have mysterious powers. They come in many shapes and live in many different places. We humans live happily with Pokemon. Living and working together, we complement each other. We help each other out to accomplish difficult tasks. Have Pokemon battle one another is particularly popular, and it deepens the bonds between people and Pokemon. And that is why I research Pokemon. Well, that's enough for me. Could you tell me about yourself? Are you a boy or a girl? Well, normally any other person would pick the boy because, well, come on. But, you know, I'm a little bit weird. Let's pick the girl. You're a girl, right? No, but for the sake of this playthrough, yes. I'd like to know your name. Please tell me. Since I'm picking a girl trainer, I'm gonna use the only name that should be used for any girl trainer I ever pick. That name is... Your name is Manami? Yep. So your name's Manami. What a wonderful name. Well then, I'm going to introduce you to your two best friends. Oh, you mean those friends. Oh, okay. This young man is Charon. He can be a little difficult, but he's a very honest person. This young woman is Bianca. She's a little flighty, but she works very hard, just like me. I think you three have potential, so I'm going to give you a very, very important Pokemon. Manami, the moment you choose the Pokemon that will accompany you on your journey, your story will truly begin. During your journey, you will meet many Pokemon and people with different personalities and points of view. I really hope you find what is important to you in all of these travels. That's right, befriend new people and Pokemon and grow as a person. That is the most important goal for your journey. Let's go visit the world of Pokemon. Let's go visit it indeed. Manami, I heard from Professor Juniper. We can have a Pokemon? I can has Pokemons? What's keeping Bianca? Am I a little late again? Sorry! Bianca, I've known for 10 years that you have no sense of time, but seriously? Today's the day we can get a Pokemon for Professor Juniper. I know. Sorry, Manami. Sorry, Charon. Aw, it's okay. You're just adorable. So, where are the Pokemon? They were delivered to Manami's house, so Manami gets first pick. Naturally. The Pokemon are waiting for us inside that gift box. Okay, Manami, you go first and take a peek at the gift box. I want to meet the Pokemon right now. As do I. I've brought 3 Pokemon, one for you and one for each of your friends. Please settle your choices politely. Enjoy your Pokemon, Professor Juniper. Finally, they broke the tradition of that whatever X named professor being in danger at the start of a region and having you required to pick a starter up to help them. Even though, actually, never mind, that only happened in Hoenn. My bad. Anyway, going over our choices for starter Pokemon really quick. In typical Pokemon tradition, you can pick between a grass starter, fire starter, or a water starter. I'll go over them really quickly. Snivy, once fully evolved, he turns into a pretty fast Pokemon, the fastest of the 3 starters, if I'm not mistaken. His defenses are really good, but both his attacking stats are kind of meh. Also, his move pool isn't the greatest thing in the world. He was my choice when I first played through Pokemon Black, so I don't think I'm going to pick him. Tepig, he will become this generation's firefighting starter that's been in every gen since Gen 3 for whatever reason. His attacking stats are pretty good. He's a little slow, but that's not really one of the biggest concerns for me, really. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be using him because, well, I don't like his design that much. I'm sorry to say. Our final choice, Oshawott. He is the typical water type, pretty bulky. His attacking stats aren't that bad, really, from what I've seen. So, you know, I think I'm going to pick him because the first Pokemon I ever picked when I played Pokemon in general was a water type, so why not? Okay, I'll take this Pokemon. Charon, that one's yours. Hey, how come you get to pick out my Pokemon? Oh, never mind. I wanted Snivy from the start anyway. Everyone has chosen a Pokemon, so that's that. Hey, I know, let's have a Pokemon battle. Honestly, Bianca, even though there are still weak Pokemon, you shouldn't have Pokemon battles inside a house. Don't be a worrywart. These little ones are weak, like you said. You have to let them battle so they'll get stronger. It's settled, Manami. Get ready for a Pokemon battle. Get ready indeed. Going into our first Pokemon battle of the entire game. This is your typical rival battle that's been present in pretty much every battle to get you used to the mechanics. Starting off, Bianca. She will choose the starter who is weak to your starter. In this case, water beats fire, so she chose Tepig. You typically want to spam your starter Pokemon's stat lowering moves at first, especially if it's one that lowers defense, because trust me, it's really helpful for these first few fights. Just lower her defense 2 stages and then I'll start attacking. I guess I should go over other mechanics as well, namely about stat lowering moves like Leer and Growl and whatnot. Stat lowering moves lower that Pokemon's appropriate stat by however many stages listed until the end of the battle. Once the battle's over, the stats reset. So don't worry about losing your stats permanently. Wow, critical hit when I didn't need it. Thanks, game. And with that, Bianca goes down. Now give me your money! Even though you're adorable and I shouldn't take money from adorable people. Hey, what? No! No! Why? Wow. Manami, you're gonna be an awesome trainer someday. I can tell. No doubt. Bianca, would you take a look around? Whoa! What happened? Derp. Wow, Pokemon are amazing! So little, but so strong. I'm so glad that I get to have a Pokemon. Oh, sorry about your room, Manami. You are completely hopeless. Here, I'll restore your Pokemon for you. Manami's Pokemon needs to be fixed up too. Hey Charon, how about you battle too? With all you know, I'm sure you can battle without turning the room into a disaster area like I did. I believe you're right. There'll be no problem for me to keep the room from getting any messier. Besides, it's not fair if you two are the only ones who get to have fun battling. It's decided. You'll be my opponent in our first Pokemon battle. Let's see what you can do, Snivy. And just like that, we're starting our second battle in the entire game against our other friend, Charon. He's a pretty, chill guy. Speaking of things that are chill, guess what happened during this fight? Yep. My first technical difficulty of the playthrough. I apologize profusely for this, but Camtasia decided to just eat my audio and the game's audio and distort it heavily to the point where it's almost unrecognizable. Anytime this happens, I will cut it out and splice in my own separate recordings from the actual recording to kind of alleviate things or to go over whatever I was going over in the battle. Basically, what I went over here with the battle against Charon is Charon picks the starter who is strong against your starter. He won't have any stab moves or anything like that, so don't worry about anything like that, but just know that it will become important later that he picks the starter who is strong against yours, and make sure you have a Pokemon that can deal with that. The other thing I wanted to go over, because he picked Snivy, he actually picked the fastest of the starters for now, so be wary of that if you pick Oshawott. He should be faster than you, but I believe my Oshawott got a speed boosting nature and when I picked him. I'll go over what that is later. Regarding level up, since I know that was something important I mentioned here, when you level up, you gain stat boosts according to your Pokemon stat distribution, or as well as any EVs they have put into them. I'll go over what EVs are later, but for a non-competitive playthrough of this game, you shouldn't really worry about them. I'll gloss over them, but I'm not going to sweat over them. That's all. I made a strange blunder in my first battle, but this feeling I have, I'm finally a trainer. But first, we better go apologize to your mother about this messed up room. Oh, I better come too. Guys, you could, oh, I don't know, help clean up my room? Friends. It's a Wii console. It's not even scratched. Thank goodness, because if it was my Wii getting scratched, oh, there'd be tables being flipped. Funnily enough, there are some flipped over tables in that room. I'm very sorry about all the trouble, ma'am. Well, we can clean up. Oh, you're gonna clean up? Thanks. Cleaning up? No worries, I'll take care of it later. Wow, Nintendo, great message to send to your kids. It's okay if you mess up your friend's room and utterly destroy it. No problem at all. Your friend's parents will simply clean it up without, any back talk whatsoever or reprimandations. Shouldn't you be on your way to meet Professor Juniper? Yes, thank you. Please excuse us. Come on, let's go thank Professor Juniper. I'll be waiting in front of the Pokemon Research Lab. Oh, wait, I gotta go home first. Thanks for having us over. Still really mad about that. My, Minami. Pokemon battles are so lively, aren't they? I could hear the Pokemon's cries clear down here. That sure reminded me of my first Pokemon battle. Oh, and after a battle, you need to rest your Pokemon. Which is weird, because I don't think she ever rests her Pokemon after this one point. Or maybe I'm thinking of Heart Gold Soul Silver. That might be it. Now, if you're going out, don't forget your cross transceiver. This is Black and White's new gimmicky little device. I'll be getting into it later as well. It's not really that important. Again, it's just like a really gimmicky thing. In fact, you don't even need it for any of the in-game stuff like you would, say, the Pokegear in Heart Gold Soul Silver, where you need to make phone calls and stuff to trainers, and you get them in return to advance the plot. Now let me put the X-Transceiver. Yeah. You're gonna go thank the professor too, right? Better get going, honey. And with that, with our first two battles out of the way, I think we're gonna end things off here. Next time on Pokemon White, we're gonna go thank Professor Juniper for giving us our Pokemon, and inadvertently yell at her for being the cause of why the room got destroyed in the first place, because she's the one that gave us the Pokemon. Thanks a bunch! See you guys then.